ready to dive into the world of Mr. Beast,
Oh, yeah, the guy's a legend.
a YouTube legend. He's built this whole empire.
Philanthropy, crazy challenges. I mean, it's massive.
And what's wild is he actually shared some of his secrets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in this guide we've got excerpts from. It's like a peek behind the curtain.
So we get to see how he cracked the YouTube code. I'm in.
Totally. And one of the first things that jumped out was how obsessed he is with YouTube's metrics, like click-through rate,
CTR. Got it.
average view duration, that's AVD, and then there's AVP, average view percentage.
Makes sense. It's a whole different game than traditional media.
Right. Like, he's not worried about TV ratings. It's all about those YouTube numbers.
And he says those metrics, they're the keys to the kingdom.
Mm.
Like, take CTR, that click-through rate.
Mm-hmm.
That's all about your title and thumbnail. How eye-catching are they?
It's that split-second decision when you're scrolling, are you going to click or keep going?
Exactly. And Mr. Beast, he uses these, what he calls extreme titles and thumbnails, trying to make those videos pop.
So you got to grab them right from the start.
Oh, yeah. And once they click, you got to keep them hooked. That's where the AVD comes in.
No, average view duration, right. So how long people are actually watching?
Exactly. And Mr. Beast, he talks about hooking the viewer in the first minute.
Okay, so start strong.
Oh, yeah. And then keep that energy high so people don't click away. He calls it crazy progression.
I like that, crazy progression.
Keeps the momentum going.
Okay, so pacing, momentum, and all that leads to a higher AVP.
Yep. More the video gets watched, it's all connected.
Burned in the system.
Oh, he knows the game.
Strategically hitting all the right buttons to get that reach.
But it's more than just playing the algorithm. The content itself has got to be good.
This is where it gets really interesting. Mr. Beast is all about the wow factor.
Right. Like bigger, bolder, nobody else is doing this stuff.
Like that Squid Game recreation he did. I mean, come on.
Massive scale. It went totally viral, millions of views. And it just solidified him as
the king of just kidding.
He pushes the boundaries,
And it wasn't just a one-off thing. 50 YouTubers compete for $1 million. I mean, that one just shattered records.
These huge events, spectacles, you can't help but watch and share them.
Okay, so we've got the YouTube savvy, the drive for crazy content, but there's this whole other layer to Mr. Beast's success.
How he runs the whole operation.
I'm dying to know how he manages all this.
He's very strategic with communication. Built a whole culture around it, really.
So it's more than just the videos themselves.
Oh, yeah. One principle is video. Everything. Instead of emails or whatever, it's all video.
Hold on, so they're filming, like, the planning process, too.
You got it. Try explaining one of those crazy challenges in an email.
Yeah, good point.
It's way more efficient, clearer. And then you've got this incredible knowledge base.
Anyone on the team can access.
Anytime. Brilliant for training new people, too.
Okay, so video, everything. That's smart. What else?
It's got this thing called Say the Negative.
Like, point out what could go wrong.
Exactly. Sounds counterintuitive.
And you're getting out in front of problems.
Prevents them from becoming disasters. It's being honest, transparent.
Proactive. I like it. So we've got video everything. We've got Say the Negatives. Anything else?
Oh, he's big on accountability. He calls it, it's your fault, track the contractor.
Meaning, if you're working with somebody outside the company.
You own their work. You're tracking their progress.
No passing the buck.
Nope. You own it from start to finish. It's essential with this many moving parts.
So many things could go wrong.
Prevents surprises. Keeps everybody moving in the same direction.
High pressure, but also high ownership.
And even with all that, he tries to keep things grounded. His principal, Mr. Beast, is human.
So he's approachable.
Totally. He wants feedback. He wants his team to give him context, options when they need him to make a decision.
It's a collaboration.
Absolutely. Mutual respect. Everybody feels valued and heard.
So we're seeing this blend of YouTube smarts, crazy ideas, and then this unique leadership style.
He's found the formula.
It's fascinating.
And this is just the beginning. There's a lot more to uncover about how he built this empire. Ready to keep digging.
Oh, absolutely. I'm hooked.
It's like these principles. They feed into his whole philosophy. He's not just hiring people. He wants a team that's obsessed with YouTube.
Yeah.
Always learning, pushing the limits.
Yeah, he talks about creating a culture of growth, right? Like, everyone's got to be thinking about how to make the next video even bigger and better.
Exactly. It's not enough to just, follow directions.
Right.
Got to be proactive. How can we improve things? How do we take these wow factor ideas and just crank them up?
So it's about seeing the bottlenecks, owning your work, analyzing what worked, what didn't.
Constantly learning, iterating.
Makes sense. You're contributing to this bigger picture.
Oh, yeah. He even has this concept of critical components.
Critical components.
You got to figure out what are the absolute most essential elements of this video. And then those things, you treat them with extra care.
Like if one tiny thing goes wrong, the whole thing could fall apart.
It's kind of like building one of those giant Rube Goldberg machines, right?
Okay, yeah.
You've got all these interconnected parts, but some are absolutely crucial for the whole thing to work. Those are your critical components.
Identify those pressure points early.
Exactly. Make them rock solid.
These videos got to be expensive, though. How does he balance those grand ideas with, staying on budget?
That's where his creativity saves money principle comes in.
Oh, I like that.
Mr. Beast really believes that you don't always need to just throw more money at a problem.
Right.
Sometimes the most innovative solutions, they're also the cheapest.
Resourcefulness, ingenuity.
Exactly. Maximize impact without breaking the bank.
Yeah.
But, even with the best planning, things happen.
Especially with these big stunts and everything.
Yeah, what if there's bad weather? Equipment malfunctions. He's got a principle for that, too.
Let me guess. Always have a backup plan.
Close. It's backup day.
So build it into the schedule.
It's a lifesaver when things are unpredictable. Always got to minimize risk, maximize efficiency. Another principle that stood out to me was digging deeper. Don't take things at face value.
What does that mean exactly?
Be thorough, be skeptical, especially when you're working with, outside sources or information from the internet.
Fact-checking everything.
Double-checking, verifying. Got to be diligent when the stakes are this high.
Millions of viewers.
Yeah, it's not enough to just have a crazy idea. You got to make sure it's actually grounded. The details are right.
Details matter.
Absolutely. And that attention to detail, it goes for his communication too. He's got a very clear hierarchy.
A hierarchy.
In person, phone calls, that's for complex stuff. Text, email, that's for the simple stuff.
The right tool for the job.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to try to explain like a complicated challenge set up in a text message.
Makes sense.
It's got to be efficient. Two other principles that I thought were really interesting were own your mistakes and priorities are paramount.
They seem pretty straightforward.
They are, but there's more to them than meets the eye.
Okay, like what?
Well, own your mistakes. It's not just about admitting you screwed up.
Right.
It's about building a culture where people learn from their mistakes. It's about growth.
Mistakes are opportunities.
Exactly. And then priorities are paramount. That's all about focus. Making sure everybody's on the same page, working towards the same goal.
Less about micromanaging and more about making sure everyone understands the big picture.
Exactly. It's empowering people, to take ownership, make decisions, but stay aligned with the vision.
He also talks about bringing in consultants, right?
Oh, yeah. When needed. That's a sign of a smart leader, knowing when your team needs extra expertise.
Being willing to admit you don't know everything.
Exactly. Sometimes an outside perspective, it can just save you so much time, resources, lead to better solutions.
Fresh eyes.
And it shows humility, too. Commitment to learning.
So we've got this well-oiled machine, right? Organization, efficiency, and this drive for excellence.
And remember, this isn't just the YouTube channel. This is a whole business empire.
Mr. Beast Burger, Feastables, I mean, come on.
He's not just a creator. He's an entrepreneur. Diversified revenue streams.
Multiple businesses.
And he does it all in a way that feels authentic to his brand,
I've always been curious about how he handles those brand deals in his videos.
They never feel forced.
Never.
It's like he finds brands that fit his values, fit his audience, and then he weaves them into the story naturally.
It's subtle.
It's not just slapping a logo on something.
Right.
It's about making a genuine connection.
He also talks about the importance of, staying relevant, keeping up with the trends, the memes, all that.
Oh, yeah. He's got this information diet. Constant.
Information diet.
Got to be plugged in. Constantly consuming information so your content feels fresh.
Know what's grabbing people's attention.
And then find ways to tap into that.
He's got his finger on the pulse.
Totally.
Right.
So his success, it's not just luck. It's not just viral videos.
It's deeper than that.
It's understanding the digital world, building a loyal audience.
And then leveraging that to build something bigger.
Multifaceted business.
It's impressive.
It is. What do you think sets him apart, though? What makes Mr. Beast unique in such a crowded space?
That's a great question. I mean, obviously the scale of what he does is just massive. But it's more than that, There's this authenticity to his philanthropy. He genuinely wants to give back.
You really believe that, yeah.
It's not just about the spectacle. It's about making a difference.
Using his platform for good.
And then there's just the audacity of his ideas, you know? He's not afraid to dream big.
Push those boundaries.
Constantly raising the bar.
And he's having fun doing it.
Oh, yeah. That energy, it's infectious.
You can tell he loves what he does.
Yeah.
It connects with the viewers.
It does. That combination of ambition, generosity, and just pure joy. That's what makes him so compelling.
I think you nailed it. It's pretty amazing, right? Achieving this level of success while making a positive impact.
It's inspiring for sure.
He didn't try to fit into, the old way of doing things.
He embraced what makes YouTube unique.
Totally. He's like rewritten the rules.
And he's still going, always pushing the limits.
Which reminds me, those key metrics we talked about.
CTR, AVD,
It's
AVT.
Beast's focus on them. That's a huge part of why he's so successful.
It's like he's figured out the algorithm. Those metrics, they're the keys to going viral, to reaching millions of people.
Billions even.
And once you have that kind of audience, the possibilities,
It's mind-blowing.
businesses, brands, you could start a movement. It's crazy.
And the best part, he shared all these insights, laid it all out in this guide.
A blueprint for success in the digital age.
Hard work, creativity, understanding your audience. It all matters.
So what does this all mean for our listeners?
Well, I think it shows that anyone can achieve amazing things online.
If you're willing to put in the work.
Learn the ropes. Think outside the box.
Find your own wow factor.
That unique thing that makes you stand out.
Build a team. Build a culture that helps you reach your goals.
Mr. Beast showed us what's possible.
Now it's our turn.
Go create something extraordinary.
But remember, it's not just about the numbers.
It's about the impact you make.
The joy you bring to others.
Who knows, maybe you'll be the next Mr. Beast.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep pushing those boundaries.